Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you kind of a dual deck profile video. I figured it'd probably be best to give you both of these decks in the same video so that you can build them kind of together, because they were kind of designed to play against each other as kind of a fun sealed experience. These were the Dragon Duel decks that we used on Wednesday with Paul and myself, with Darkness Dragon being Darkness Splash White and Water Dragon being Water Splash Green. This is a very fun format to just kind of play and goof around with your friends. It's a lot of back and forth. It gets down to kind of the original core of the game, like I said in my commentary. So I definitely recommend checking these out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the Darkness deck real fast, and then I'm going to cover the Water deck. And I'm really not going to explain the card choices too much, mainly just because these decks are kind of designed to play against each other or in this kind of sealed format, and it'll kind of be obvious. So we're going to start with the Darkness deck. So obviously our dragon is pretty solid. He's 5 drops Judgment, energizes for black, and when you Resonance for a Darkness Magic Stone, you have mandatory to give something a -1/-1, which can do to J Resonators. So that's pretty cool. When he flips over, he is a 12/10 with flying, and your opponent has to banish 2 creatures when he resolves his enter effect. So if you're already kind of controlling the board with all your removal, you can flip this, clear your opponent's board the rest of the way, and then just punish them really, really hard. Moving into the stones, for this one we run 4 Shining Dark Shadow Light Magic Stone. Sorry, the names are kind of hard to read here. Shadow Light Magic Stone. It is the black splash white countdown stone. We don't use a ton of white in the deck, so that's why we only need these for our light sources. And then we run 6 basic darkness stones so that we can get the resonance more often than not, especially since the water deck uses Kaguya. Being able to use these to get rid of bunny tokens is super important. Plus it brings back Shade more often. Going through the resonator count, Darkness Wizard, excellent for helping us ramp up removal spells and getting stuff to the grave for our recurrence and reanimate stuff. 2 Baleful Avatar in order to help get some discard tempo going. 2 Shades for kind of repeatable removal and killing big things, as well as just being a beater on a stick. It's really nice to jam this early and then not have to worry about spending the will later for the removal. 3 Abdul to stop down all those pesky enter effects, plus he's a 6/6, so he can put in a lot of damage. 3 Pandora, 5/7 for some good lifelink and some additional damage to help kind of whittle our opponents down faster. 2 Rezards to be able to steal our opponent's creatures, plus he's an 8/8, so that's some pretty solid stats for a sealed game like this. 3 Sariel, so we can, the thing is, the thing that's ideal is to steal stuff with Rezard and then sacrifice it to Sariel and get to recur your own creatures. It's really nice. He is kind of slow, but in this sealed format, it's got to find to go kind of back and forth, and you can make some cool plays. Plus, you can sacrifice your Darkness Wizards once they've kind of outserved their purpose. 2 Draculas to be kind of an end game heavy hitter, as well as to be able to give your dragon imperishable, which is really nice, plus he's a flyer. 2 Arlas. These are primarily going to be brought out through reanimate stuff, but it is nice to have an additional flyer. Protects your dragon, can protect your Dracula, can protect each other, and 8/8 flyer that can also ping stuff for damage is nice. And then lastly, a Gilt Lapis to serve as kind of a board wipe finisher and say, well, you've got a bunch of stuff, I'll slam this, blow up your board, and then say you have to answer this really, really large guy. And then for the spells, we run 4 Scorn of Dark Alice for the maximum amount of discard, 3 Unseen Pressure for some early removal, 2 The Final Words, because we actually are kind of blocking, and with Pandora this is really nice. You can block with Pandora, pump her up, kill something, and gain some life, all for 1, which is really nice. 2 Gate of the Silver Key. This is additionally some nice handy instant speed discard, as well as being able to make it so that your judgment's only 4 or potentially 3. 3 Dark Purges for some additional removal, and then 2 Endless Nights again to kind of round out the removal package. And then for the water deck, Water Dragon, his resonance is that you can scry one. So you look at the top card of your deck, put it on the top or the bottom. Really handy for fixing Judgments for 5, flips over into an 11/11, and return all Resonators your opponent controls to their hand. So this is a much more consistent, like, slam massive board wipe to kind of go with the fact that green-blue doesn't have a ton of spot removal to it. For this deck, we run 4 Misty Wind Magic Stones, which is the Countdown Stone blue/green. 5 Water Magic Stones, and then a 1 of green stone. So this deck has a little bit more green stuff in it than the other deck has white, and so it wants that extra wind source. Now this deck is definitely more Resonator based, so we play 3 Water Magic Water Wizards. This is so that we can scry, we can generate extra will for our spells early on. 4 Kaguya for this matchup. If you can spam a bunch of bunny tokens, it also helps to serve as a blocker early on. You can just tap it, create a bunny token, and then kind of keep protecting yourself until you're ready to kind of really go off. 4 of Tome Gozen. This card is fantastic in the game like this, where there's not a lot of cancel spells, and knowing that the black deck has 0 cancel, you can just play this for 4 and bounce 2 dudes. So it's a guaranteed 2 for 1, or a 2 for 2 if they use a spell to kill it in response. You just have to watch out for Duel. 1 of Triton. This card's not super good in this format, mainly because there's nothing really to do with the creature once we remove it. So we are playing a 1 of, but it is nice to be able to steal something every once in a while. 4 of Helsing. Should speak for itself. Every Resonator except for Arla is a darkness creature, and when she enters, she just RFGs 1 as long as Abdul's not on the board. Plus, she never takes damage from any darkness Resonators, so she can just block any of the big ones for as long as she needs to. 3 Shion, we use her for a quick cast. She's also handy for being able to protect stuff. Her barrier effect doesn't matter because we're not Shion, but being a flash in 7/7 for 3 is pretty nice. 1 of Nymph, just so we have a secondary flyer. 3 of our cancel friend Vath. Excellent quick cast to be able to cancel a summon, and since black isn't running any cancel spells, we don't have to worry about this guy getting canceled. 2 of Frigg for some recurrence, and then 3 of Valentina. Being a beat stick at a 12/12, being able to tap her and discard a card to bounce a creature is excellent form of repeatable spot removal. And then for the spells, 4 Charlotte's Water Transformation Magic, which in this format is essentially 8, which is really nice. 3 Rapid Growths, essentially 6 Rapid Growths, because a Remnant is also really nice. Helps you push that lethal damage through. A Separation of Body and Soul, really good when you combine it with Charlotte's Water Transformation Magic. So like Charlotte in the upkeep, then recover, then kill whatever you want with this. And then 2 Wind Secluded for some protection, additional draw power, and 2 Charm of the Princess. With no Leviatine and stuff, Charm of the Princess is an excellent card in this format so that you can just steal something and put it on your side. Because these games tend to go long, so you do end up having usually a lot of will to be able to pay for that X. So that is it for these 2 decks. Like I said, super huge amount of fun to play this. I definitely recommend checking it out and trying other kinds of color combinations for the dragons yourself. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment sections down below. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.